Have you ever felt like your own mind is working against you? Like 80% of your thoughts are quietly draining your energy, leaving you stressed, stuck, and unsure of how to break free? I get it, because I've been there. Hi, I'm Jake Miller, and just a few years ago, I was drowning in a sea of negativity, constantly worrying about what others thought, blaming everyone else for my problems, and feeling like happiness was just out of reach. I thought I was strong, but one tiny habit nearly broke me completely, until I discovered a secret that changed everything. Picture this. You're driving through life, but instead of looking ahead, you're glued to the rearview mirror, haunted by past mistakes. Or maybe you're carrying a backpack full of other people's opinions, too heavy to keep moving forward. Sounds familiar? You're not alone. Studies show that 90% of us battle daily habits that silently weaken our minds, holding us back from the peace and strength we crave. But here's the good news. You don't need to be a monk or follow any religion to turn it around. Today, I'm sharing a journey that blends ancient wisdom with modern science to help you reclaim your mental power. In the next 30 minutes, we'll uncover 10 common habits that are sabotaging your mind, things you might not even realize you're doing. I'll show you simple, practical tricks inspired by timeless Buddhist ideas and backed by research to flip the script. You'll learn how to quiet the negative chatter, let go of what you can't control, and build a rock-solid mindset that carries you through life's storms. I've walked this path myself, going from a stressed-out, overthinking mess to someone who wakes up with purpose and calm. And trust me, if I can do it, so can you. So, what's the first habit that's dimming your inner light, like a dark cloud over a bright sun? Stick with me, because right after this, we'll dive into the number one trap 90% of us fall into, and how to break free for good. Let's start this journey together. Your stronger, happier self is waiting. Habit 1. Having a negative mindset. Have you ever felt like a dark cloud is hovering over your life, blocking out every ray of sunshine? That's the sneaky power of our first habit, having a negative mindset. I'll let you in on a little story. A few years back, I hit a rough patch. My big work project flopped, and I couldn't stop thinking, I'm a failure. Nothing ever goes right. It was like wearing dark sunglasses 24/7. Everything looked gloomy, even the good stuff. I missed out on happy moments with friends, stopped taking risks, and convinced myself that success was impossible. Sound familiar? Here's the crazy part. Research from Harvard says 70% of our daily thoughts lean negative. That's thousands of little jabs at our confidence, painting our world in shades of gloom and despair. For me, that negativity became a self-fulfilling prophecy. I was so sure I'd fail again that I didn't even try. It was exhausting, like a heavy cloud following me everywhere. But one day, I stumbled across a simple idea that flipped everything around, and you don't need to be a guru to make it work. Inspired by ancient Buddhist wisdom, I tried mindfulness, just noticing my thoughts without judging them. Picture this. Instead of fighting that dark cloud, I sat quietly for 5 minutes, took a deep breath, and watched those negative thoughts float by like leaves on a stream. I didn't wrestle with them. I just let them go. Then, I started something simple. Every night, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for, like a good cup of coffee or a kind text from a friend. Slowly, the clouds parted. Another trick? A loving kindness practice. I'd sit, breathe, and silently wish myself and others well, saying, "May I be happy, may you be happy." Science backs this up. Studies show this rewires your brain to focus on the positive. Don't make my mistake, thinking you're stuck with negativity forever. Your mind is like a muscle. You can train it. So, what's one negative thought holding you back today? Stick with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like holding a burning coal. Any guesses what it is? Let's clear those clouds together. Habit 2. Complaining about things beyond your control. Are you secretly burning yourself out by complaining all the time? Welcome to habit number 2. Complaining about things beyond your control. I'll never forget the time I got stuck in that trap. A few years ago, I was late for a big meeting. Traffic was a nightmare, cars honking, and I just sat there, fuming. Why does this always happen to me? This city's roads are a disaster. I griped for hours, my blood boiling. By the time I arrived, I was a stressed-out mess, and guess what? My complaining didn't move a single car. Does that ring a bell for you? It's like holding a hot coal, hoping it'll cool down. Spoiler, it only burns you. We ran about the weather, a tough boss, or a delayed flight. But here's the kicker. Complaining sinks us deeper into quicksand. It keeps our focus on what's wrong, not what we can fix. I was stuck in that cycle, whining about things I couldn't change, and it left me feeling powerless, like I was drowning in negativity. Then, a simple idea, inspired by ancient wisdom, turned it all around. Buddhist teachings opened my eyes to acceptance. Life's like a storm. Some days it rains, and you can't stop it. So, I started asking myself, what can I control here? Instead of cursing traffic, I took deep breaths and listened to a podcast to prep for my meeting. It felt like steering a boat through rough waves. I couldn't calm the sea, but I could guide my own course. Another trick? Letting go. Picture releasing a balloon into the sky. Complaints lift away, and you feel lighter. Science agrees. Studies show complaining spikes cortisol, the stress hormone, while focusing on solutions calms your mind. Don't fall into the trap I did. Thinking griping helps you vent. It just tightens the grip of negativity. Try this. Next time you're tempted to complain, write down one thing you can do. Maybe plan a better route or adjust your schedule. You've got the power to shift gears. So, what's one thing you've been complaining about lately? Hang on, because next, we'll uncover a habit that's like locking away your treasure. Any guesses? Let's sail forward together. Habit 3. Not expressing yourself. Have you ever felt like you're hiding the real you, locking your thoughts and feelings away? Welcome to habit number 3. Not expressing yourself. I've been there, wrestling with this one. Picture this. A few years ago, I was in a team meeting, buzzing with an idea that could have turned our project around. But instead of speaking up, I sat there, silent, my heart racing. What if they think it's dumb? What if I sound foolish? I thought. I kept my treasure chest of ideas and emotions bolted shut, and guess what? The project flopped, and I went home kicking myself, feeling trapped in a dark room with no light switch. Does that sound like a moment you've had? Not expressing yourself is like keeping a priceless gem hidden. Your thoughts, feelings, and unique spark never get to shine. For me, bottling things up built a pressure cooker inside. I'd stew over unspoken words, stress piling high, until I felt overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected from friends and family. It was like trying to navigate a pitch-black maze. No clarity, no connection. Studies back this up. Suppressing emotions can spike stress levels and even harm your health, weakening your mind and your bonds. I was losing myself, and I didn't even realize how much it hurt until a simple shift changed everything. One day, I stumbled across an idea from Buddhist wisdom that felt like a key to unlock that chest. They call it right speech, sharing your truth with kindness and clarity. I started small. At the next meeting, I took a deep breath and shared a tiny suggestion. My voice shook, but my team nodded, and one even said, "Great point." It was like flipping on a light. Suddenly, I felt seen. Another trick? Mindfulness. I'd pause, breathe, and notice my feelings without judgment, like watching clouds drift by. Instead of hiding my frustration with a friend, I said, "Hey, I felt left out when we didn't talk at the party. Can we chat?" It wasn't perfect, but it built a bridge, not a wall. Here's a mistake I made. Thinking people would judge me harshly or that silence was safer. Wrong. Most folks value honesty, and keeping quiet often isolates you more. Even your body language speaks. A slumped shoulder or a forced smile can say what words don't. So, I practiced. I'd stand tall, look someone in the eye, and share a genuine thought. Science shows this boosts confidence and deepens relationships. You've got a voice worth hearing, and the world needs it. Try this. Today, share one honest feeling. Maybe tell a friend you're grateful for them. It's like opening a window to let fresh air in. What's one thing you've been holding back? Stay with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like handing over the steering wheel of your life. Any guesses? Let's unlock your true self together. Habit 4. Blaming others for your problems. Are you handing over the steering wheel of your life to someone else? Welcome to habit number 4. Blaming others for your problems. I've been caught in this trap. A couple of years ago, I was working on a big group project, deadlines looming, stress sky high. When it crashed and burned, I pointed fingers fast. My teammate didn't pull their weight. The boss gave us no time. I fumed. It felt good for a moment, like I was off the hook, but deep down, I was stuck, carrying a backpack full of rocks, weighed down and going nowhere. Sound familiar to you? Blaming others is like tossing away your power. Instead of steering your own ship, you become a passenger, helpless in the storm. For me, pointing fingers left me bitter, resentment grew, and I stopped growing. I didn't see my role. Maybe I could have communicated better or planned ahead. Studies show this habit weakens your mind, keeping you in a loop of negativity and stalling progress. But one day, a simple idea turned the tide for me, and it can for you too. Inspired by Buddhist wisdom, I learned about karma. Your actions shape your path. I realized that blaming others ignored my part in the story. So, I tried this. I sat down, took a deep breath, and asked, what could I have done differently? I saw I could have checked in with my team or set clearer goals. Then came the game changer, forgiveness. I let go of my grudge against my colleague, not saying it was okay, but freeing myself from that heavy load. It was like dropping those rocks and feeling light again. Mindfulness helped too, pausing to notice my urge to blame, then choosing to focus on solutions instead. Don't make my mistake, thinking blaming protects you. It just robs your control. Science agrees. Taking responsibility boosts resilience and problem solving. Try this. Next time something goes wrong, write down one step you can take, maybe a small fix or a kind conversation. You're the captain of your ship, not a spectator. What's one thing you've blamed someone for lately? Hang on, because next, we'll uncover a habit that's like chasing a mirage in the desert. Any guesses? Let's steer your life back to strength together. Habit 5. Fantasizing instead of visualizing. Have you ever built castles in the air, only to watch them crumble when reality hits? Welcome to habit number 5. Fantasizing instead of visualizing. I've fallen into this trap big time. A few years back, I was stuck in a dead-end job, daydreaming about being a millionaire entrepreneur, fancy cars, a corner office, the works. I'd spend hours imagining this perfect life, but I never took a single step to make it real. It was like chasing a mirage in the desert, beautiful, but empty. I'd snap back to reality, disappointed, and my mind felt weaker than ever. Does that ring a bell for you? Fantasizing is like painting a masterpiece in your head with no canvas. Unrealistic dreams that lead nowhere. For me, I'd dream of success without a plan, and when nothing changed, I felt deflated, like I was running toward a rainbow with no pot of gold. Studies show this habit tricks your brain into feeling good short-term, but leaves you unmotivated, stuck in a cycle of wishful thinking. Visualizing, though? That's different. It's a treasure map to real goals. I hit a turning point when a simple shift, blending ancient wisdom and practical steps, brought me back to solid ground. One day, I stumbled on a Buddhist idea, right intention. It's about focusing your mind on achievable aims, not wild fantasies. I stopped dreaming of instant millions and started visualizing something real, saving $500 in 3 months to start a small side gig. I'd close my eyes, picture myself budgeting, taking a course, and pitching my first client. It felt like riding a wave instead of clinging to the shore, moving with life's flow. Another gem? Mindfulness. I'd sit for 5 minutes, breathe deeply, and gently steer my thoughts from, I'll be a billionaire, to what's one step I can take today? Science backs this. Visualizing clear, realistic goals boosts focus and action, rewiring your brain for success. Here's where I messed up. I thought fantasizing was motivation. Wrong. It just kept me lazy, waiting for a miracle. The trick is grounding your dreams in reality. Try the SMART method. Set a goal that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For me, it was saving $50 a month, then $100, and building from there. Buddhist wisdom also teaches impermanence. Life shifts, and so can your plans. I learned to adapt, not cling to a fixed fantasy, and it felt freeing, like surfing instead of fighting the tide. You've got the power to turn dreams into action. Start small. Tonight, visualize one realistic goal, maybe running a 5K in 2 months, and picture the steps. What's one fantasy holding you back? Stay with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like neglecting your garden. Any guesses? Let's map your path to a stronger you together. Habit 6. Not making time for personal relationships. Are you letting the people you love slip away without even noticing? Welcome to habit number 6. Not making time for personal relationships. I've been guilty of this. A while back, I was chasing deadlines, glued to my laptop, building my career. My best friend called to catch up, but I brushed it off. Too busy, I said. Weeks turned to months, and one day, I realized we hadn't spoken in ages. My garden of relationships was wilting, and I felt alone, adrift on a boat with no wind. Sound familiar to you? Neglecting relationships is like forgetting to water your plants. Over time, they wither, and you lose the joy and support they bring. Humans are wired for connection, yet I was so caught up in work, I let distance grow between me and my family, my friends. It weakened my mind. Loneliness crept in, and I missed the laughter, the comfort of a late-night chat. Studies show strong relationships boost mental health, yet we often prioritize the wrong things. Then, a simple lesson shifted everything for me. Inspired by Buddhist wisdom, I learned the power of presence. I started small. One evening, I turned off my phone, sat with my mom, and really listened as she shared her day. It was like sunlight flooding a neglected garden. Our bond bloomed again. Communication's key too, like wind filling a sail. I called my friend, said, "I've missed you. Let's grab coffee." And we talked for hours, rebuilding that bridge. Another gem? Impermanence. Life's fleeting, and time with loved ones won't last forever. That hit me hard. I didn't want to look back with regret, so I carved out moments to connect. Don't make my mistake, thinking work or busyness trumps relationships. The truth is, these bonds are your anchor, your strength. Try this. Tonight, spend 30 minutes with someone you care about. No distractions, just be there. Ask about their dreams, their day. Science says this sparks joy and cuts stress. You'll feel the lift, like watering a thirsty plant. What's one relationship you've been neglecting? Hang on, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like getting swept away by a river. Any guesses? Let's nurture your garden of connection together. Habit 7. Letting your emotions rule you. Have you ever felt like your emotions are dragging you along like a wild river current? Welcome to habit number 7. Letting your emotions rule you. I've been swept away by this one. A few years ago, I got into a heated argument with a close friend. Stress from work had me on edge, and I snapped, saying things I didn't mean. My anger took the wheel, and I felt lost, like a boat tossed in a storm with no compass. The fallout? A strained friendship and a heavy heart. Does that sound like a moment you faced? When emotions run the show, it's like being caught in a tempest. Anger, fear, or sadness steer you off course, clouding your judgment. For me, unchecked frustration led to rash words and sleepless nights, weakening my mind and my peace. Studies show intense, unmanaged emotions spike stress hormones like cortisol, leaving us overwhelmed. I was drowning in that chaos, reacting instead of responding, until a gentle shift pulled me to shore. Inspired by Buddhist wisdom, I discovered mindfulness, a way to stand on the riverbank and watch the current without jumping in. I started simple. When anger bubbled up, I'd pause, take 5 deep breaths, and just notice the feeling. I'm upset, and that's okay. It didn't fix everything, but it gave me space to think. Another trick? Loving kindness practice. I'd sit quietly, breathe, and silently wish, may I be calm, may my friend be well. It was like planting seeds of compassion, softening my heart. Science backs this. Meditation calms your nervous system, building emotional strength to navigate life's waves. Don't make my mistake, thinking emotions control you forever. You're not the storm, you're the captain. You can steer wisely. Try this. Next time you feel overwhelmed, pause for a minute, breathe deeply, and name your emotion, anger, worry, whatever it is. Then ask, what's a kind way to respond? It's like finding a compass in the chaos, guiding you back to calm. What emotion trips you up most? Stay with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like trying to catch the wind. Any guesses? Let's sail through your storms to a stronger, steadier you together. Habit 8. Trying to control everything. Are you exhausting yourself by trying to control every little thing? Welcome to habit number 8. Trying to control everything. I've been there, juggling too many balls in the air. A couple of years ago, I was planning a big family event. Food, timing, even the weather had to be perfect. I obsessed over every detail, checking the forecast a dozen times, snapping at my sister when she ran late. It was like trying to catch the wind in my hands. Impossible. By the end, I was drained, frustrated, and the day still didn't go as planned. Sound familiar to you? This habit is like juggling 10 balls at once. Sooner or later, they drop, and your mind takes the hit. I was so fixated on controlling the uncontrollable, people's actions, outcomes, that I felt powerless when things slipped away. Studies show this need for control fuels stress and disappointment, weakening our resilience. I was tiring myself out, clenching my fists tighter, until a gentle lesson set me free. Inspired by Buddhist wisdom, I learned about non-attachment, letting go of the illusion that we can control it all. It's like realizing you can't hold water in your hands. It flows, and that's okay. I started small. When traffic jammed, instead of fuming, I took a deep breath and said, I can't fix this, but I can stay calm. It felt like dropping a heavy load. Mindfulness became my anchor, pausing to focus on what I could influence, like my attitude or a kind word. The paradox? Surrendering control gave me strength. Science agrees. Letting go of the uncontrollable cuts stress and boosts mental clarity. Don't make my mistake, thinking control equals power. It's the opposite. Clinging wears you down. Try this. Next time you're stressing over something, maybe a delayed flight, pause, breathe, and ask, what can I do right now? Maybe it's reading a book or smiling at a stranger. It's like loosening your grip to let life flow, propelling you forward like a sail catching the breeze. What's one thing you're trying to control too hard? Stick with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like carrying a heavy backpack of old stuff. Any guesses? Let's find the freedom to sail lighter and stronger together. Habit 9. Dwelling on the past. Are you carrying a heavy backpack stuffed with old regrets, slowing you down? Welcome to habit number 9. Dwelling on the past. I've been there, chained to yesterday's mistakes. A few years ago, I made a bad career move, took a job I knew wasn't right, and it tanked. For months, I replayed it in my head. Why didn't I say no? I'm such an idiot. It was like driving while staring in the rearview mirror. I couldn't see the road ahead, and my mind felt heavier each day. Sound familiar? Dwelling on the past is like lugging around dead weight. It steals your joy and keeps you stuck. For me, every regret was a rock in that backpack, making me miss new opportunities and feel trapped in guilt. Studies show ruminating on past mistakes spikes anxiety and weakens mental resilience. I was my own jailer, until a simple shift, inspired by ancient wisdom, opened the door to freedom. Buddhist teachings showed me mindfulness, living in the now, not the then. I started small. When old regrets crept in, I'd pause, take a deep breath, and focus on the present, like the warmth of my coffee cup or a friend's smile. It was like opening a window to let fresh air clear out the stuffiness. Another game changer? Forgiveness. I wrote a letter to myself. You made a mistake, but you learned. Let it go. It felt like dropping that heavy backpack. The idea of impermanence hit home. 2. Nothing lasts forever, not even our failures. Science backs this. Self-compassion practices reduce stress and boost mental strength, turning past pain into lessons. Don't make my mistake. Thinking regrets help you grow. They just hold you back. You're not your past. You're the person choosing what's next. Try this. Tonight, write down one past moment you're stuck on, then list one lesson it taught you. Let that be enough. It's like turning the page in your story, stepping into today with a lighter heart. What's one memory you're still carrying? Stay with me, because next, we'll tackle a habit that's like letting others' opinions weigh you down. Any guesses? Let's leave the past behind and walk stronger together. Habit 10. Worrying about what others say and do. Are you carrying a backpack stuffed with other people's opinions, letting them dim your shine? Welcome to habit number 10. Worrying about what others say and do. I've been there, tangled in that trap. A couple of years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, ideas buzzing, passion ready to burst. But every time I hit record, a voice whispered, what if they laugh? What if they think I'm boring? I froze, paralyzed by imagined judgment, like a boat rocked by every passing wave. My dream stalled, and my confidence took a hit. Does that sound like a moment you faced? Worrying about others' opinions is like letting someone else hold the mirror to your worth. You see yourself through their eyes, not your own. For me, every what if was a heavy stone, piling up until I doubted my every move. I'd obsess over a coworker's side-eye or a friend's offhand comment, feeling smaller each time. Studies show this habit spikes anxiety and erodes self-esteem, weakening your mental strength. I was living for approval, not for me. until a simple shift, rooted in ancient wisdom, set me free. Buddhist teachings introduced me to equanimity, staying steady amid praise or criticism. It's like standing on solid ground while opinions swirl like wind. I started small. When I posted my first video, heart pounding, I told myself, some will love it, some won't, and that's okay. It was liberating, like shedding that heavy backpack. Mindfulness helped too. I'd pause, breathe, and notice my worry without letting it steer me. Instead of spiraling, I'd ask, does this opinion change my value? Spoiler, it didn't. Another gem? Self-love. Every morning, I'd write 3 things I liked about myself: my humor, my grit, my kindness. Science backs this. Self-acceptance boosts resilience and quiets external noise. Don't make my mistake, thinking others' words define you. They don't. Your worth is yours, unshakable. Try this. Today, do one thing you've held back on. Maybe share an idea or post that photo, and tell yourself, this is for me. Notice how it feels to stand tall, like wearing your favorite outfit, not someone else's. Studies show embracing authenticity strengthens mental health and deepens connections. What's one opinion holding you back? You're stronger than you know, and you don't need anyone's approval to shine. Stay with me, because next, we'll wrap up with how to break free from all these habits for good. Ready to live your strongest life yet? Let's step into your true self together. We've just journeyed through 10 habits that quietly chip away at your mental strength. Pretty eye-opening, right? I'm Jake Miller, and I hope you're feeling a spark of possibility, like I did when I first tackled these traps. From the dark clouds of negative thinking to the heavy backpack of others' opinions, we've uncovered how these habits, like dwelling on the past or trying to control everything, can weigh you down. But more than that, we've found a path forward, blending simple, ancient wisdom with modern science. Picture this, waking up each day with a mind that's clear, strong, and ready to face any storm. That's not a fantasy, it's within your reach. Let me take you back to my own turning point. I was once stuck, overwhelmed by complaints and regrets, until I started small. 5 minutes of mindfulness, a kind word to myself, a coffee date with a friend. Those tiny steps, inspired by ideas like staying present and letting go, transformed my life. I went from feeling like a passenger in my own story to steering my ship with confidence. You can too. Start today. Pick one habit. Maybe it's blaming others or bottling up your feelings. And try one trick we've shared, like writing down 3 things you're grateful for or pausing to breathe when stress hits. Science says these small acts rewire your brain for resilience. And trust me, they add up. Now, here's a question. Which of these 10 habits is holding you back most? Maybe it's worrying about what others think or getting lost in fantasies. Whatever it is, you're not stuck. You're just one choice away from a stronger, happier you. Take a moment tonight to reflect. What's one step you'll take tomorrow to break free? Write it down, share it with a friend, or even tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear. If this journey resonated with you, hit that like button to spread the love. Drop a comment. Which habit hit home, and how will you tackle it? Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell. Our next video dives into turning stress into strength, and you won't want to miss it. It's like a cliffhanger for your best self. Let's keep building that unshakable mind together. Your stronger life starts now.